Alright, welcome back to some more Railroad Tycoon. But before we start the game, um, something that happens occasionally with Railroad Tycoon on Steam is it will say that it can't find Steam for whatever reason. And there's a pretty quick fix. You can find it on like the Steam page for it. But here's essentially what you need to do. So Steam apps, and then you need to go to common and find Railroad Tycoon. So when you click right click on this and search the properties, you click this read only thing. You go in here for the .exe or the application, whatever it's listed for. I thought it was here. Compatibility. Make sure it's checked to 640, 480, and then there is a file called steam.dll that if you just search, like when you're outside this folder, if you search it up here and copy and paste it into the Railroad Tycoon file, that should be everything that you need to do to ensure that it works. So let's go ahead and get started then. So this is like the fourth or fifth time that I've attempted to record this particular scenario. Classic, normal. So don't try and do this, otherwise you can't quite control where you go.
Iron Men is what they call them.
Alright, so Birth of the Iron Horse. I'm currently cutting out this guy's voice, but so our three options are John Bull, which we already have unlocked at the start of the game anyways. 10% increased engine speed, which is the only perk to this one. Coal revenue. Coal is not worth anything in this scenario, and you don't have access to steel yet, so it's pretty worthless. This is the one that I'm not sure because I haven't played with it, but I tried doing this scenario and I lost, mainly because this one has to deal with stocks a lot more than some of the other ones. So I'm going to go with the third option this time, just to do something different. So we'll watch this little animation.
Is really putting a cramp on the country. Coal fields are busting with ore needing to reach the cities. Textile mills are finding new markets abroad. See if you can put an end to the quibbling competition and become the dominant line. Margins will be very tight, so be careful of waste. And tie your shoes.
It's really frustrating because I got a really nice start going, and then the game crashes. I don't know why. I think it's because, well, I don't know why it did, but what I was doing was I was using the bulldoze tool, which is kind of odd since, you know, bulldozers don't exactly exist at this point. But anyways, so, like the 6th or 7th time that I've read this intro before, the invention of the steam engine has brought a great leap in the British economy. Now is your chance to grab a share of that new wealth, build your railway, and dislodge your opponents from the railway industry. Players who lose control of their company cannot start a new one. Bronze victory, highest personal net worth at the end of 1855, so 20 years. Silver, have that plus 10 million in personal net worth. And then gold, 20 million, and be the sole surviving railroad. So bring down speed. Let's see we got a similar start or if we're completely screwed. Actually, this is a little better. Oxford obviously doesn't have the grain, but I actually think it might be a little better. So again, I think we're going to start with unfortunately we can't quite get the milk. We're gonna definitely start with a large station there. And then we're going to... I really hate the bridges in this game. Alright, so that's probably one of the bigger expenses. Okay. Let's go with that. Okay. So the other thing is, I did build over to Oxford, and I might still do that, but Oxford doesn't seem as strong right now, at least. There's a lot more cattle over here than what there were. Historically, I don't think there was a whole lot of cattle in Britain. That's what they had Ireland for. If you know anything about history, was one of the main causes of the Irish potato famine was because Britain didn't allow the Irish to consume the cattle or the crops that they made other than potatoes, because that's what they could really make to feed themselves. That provided enough calories for the amount of space that it took up, and that was primarily what Britain used Ireland for, was cattle. Okay, let's for sure get an engine. So I think the DeWitt Clinton is really the best at this point. Okay, go ahead, bring that, and then you can bring one of those. Make sure to wait. And then I am a fan of taking a small station right here. And having a train running from these two passengers and two grains. We might up it later, but for right now we'll keep it at that. So okay. Now, what I ended up doing to get to Oxford was I actually went down and around here to avoid this sort of hilly area here. But honestly, what we might do is have Oxford bring some cattle over to Pool, I think. Have this one be the priority train because that's just slightly more important train. So, we now just wait. I'm very happy that it all gets within this one medium station. Any progress here? Something that I do like to do is I like to double track certain sections of track. I think that is worthwhile. Ooh, I don't like that though. That's kind of annoying. Sure. So originally, the two other companies started like up here in this area, which was a little better. This is kind of annoying because this is kind of one of the areas I was thinking about expanding into. Maybe it'll have to be like Oxford and Gloucester. And off we go. So, not gonna get a whole lot of it out of Maidstone, apparently. Nice. Very much a fan of that. Honestly, we could go up to two of each. And then have this place bring back food and a good. Now later on, we could probably turn this into two different trains. So that we're not like hammering it quite as much. Or so we're not doing can't even think the words up. So we're not having such a mixed bag of a train like that. We get both of these in a medium station. We can. Nice to not have to do that, but I am a very, very big fan of... And we don't have the money. Right, okay. Don't do that, actually. Before I forget, so the thing that happened the first time that I was playing this was I was not on the ball with stocks, and I had fixed that in the previous thing that I just started the record before it crashed, and we were in a really good position for that. But the thing that we ran into was I couldn't change the dividends. So I couldn't make any more personal money, so I couldn't get my company back, which was kind of an issue. Okay, that's why it costed so much. That's all double track. Fantastic. I did not realize that that was going to happen. It's fine. It's fine. We'll get through it. Like, I don't think it's the most ideal having it double tracked, but it's not the end of the world to the point that you at some point this could be useful. At some point we'll probably want a double track here. Yeah, I kind of figured that. Stock is split 2 for 1. Fine, as long as we still have control. Yeah. You'll know if you don't have control if you don't have these buttons or you can't change the manager at all. Steam track. We probably don't have the money to actually hire him. So as for scene, nice. Okay, this place has nothing. Mediocre. That's unfortunate. Yeah, let's get a train going. And we don't need anything going back this way just yet. I don't think this would cover it now. We'd have to get like an actual station over here. Huge fan of sending a bunch of cattle to London. Just increase the amount of food that it's producing. Here we don't have the money, but when we have the money, we should probably get some various water towers and sanding towers and stuff. Okay, this one, I don't really care too much about the passengers as I do about the food itself. If it's absolutely necessary, I will get rid of both of them, all the passengers. I'd rather be getting food or grain over to Slough, I think, because, okay. This is an event that happens towards the beginning of this. I think it's fine. I'd rather have the money and be able to get some better things. The 10% slower turnaround cost is not really that big of a deal. Especially, like, right now, everything's slow anyways. So, what's an extra 10%? So, yes, be quick. So, just not a small hotel. Get those things, and then the roundhouses cost so much money. Get those too. So, yeah. I do think, not that. It would be really nice if you could send, if they're both under the same station, it would just automatically send it. Because it's kind of annoying how close these two are, but you can't just automatically get the food. You have to build 2 stations in order to get any benefit out of this, which kind of stinks, not gonna lie. Okay, we'll have to let the game run a little. We do want it to just, we don't have the money, obviously, but I think we'll just have it run into the London line right here. That will make goods. Hopefully the game doesn't crash. I don't know what caused it. If it was because of the bulldozing tool. Or if it just for whatever reason crashed. Just random reason. I think when this train gets here, we will double track all of this. Right. This place does have water and sand, which is good. Nice. There we go. I'm curious. I'm going to double track that stuff because I know we're going to want it. Make sure to take off the double track though, or when we pass through or do this stuff here. Now, can we? I think, yeah, awesome. That is connected. Good. And let's go ahead and let's avoid those 2 grades. Really? Okay, fine. I am going to go ahead and get the train started between these 2. Cambridge and then back. And then once we add in London, we'll bring both food and probably produce. So let's go ahead and let the game continue. Am kind of a fan of rerouting this. Let's go ahead and do this one first. We'll have to, like, break this connection at some point. And there goes all of our money again. Okay. This guy can now head down to London and back to Cambridge. So this place can take 2 food, 2 produce. And then from here, you can take 2 passengers, 3 passengers, and 2 food. And then... excuse me. Sorry. Well, maybe do that. Yeah, not a big fan of how slow this is going. Boom times ahead. So if it is boom times ahead, I think it might be a good idea to raise our dividends a little. Hopefully we don't go back into debt before... Wait. Wait, what is going on? You waiting for passengers? Or is it just the turnaround time? Very confused. What are you waiting for here? Okay. He must have been waiting for something. I'm not sure what that would have been. Long live the Queen! Queen Victoria begins her reign. The stock market rallies as Queen takes the throne, stock prices rise. Okay, cool. I mean, personally, I don't really understand the point of having a monarchy, but sure. That's what you so choose. Okay. I am going to save. And then I'm going to take this bulldoze tool. Train up. Okay. Never mind. I will wait until this train is off of here. Guess I need to wait until he's like fully off. I might have to like stop him before being able to actually delete it. So our goal obviously is to make London as productive as possible, because that's really that's really the goal here. Because the larger London is, the more trains we can have running in and out of it, and these cities are going to pay us a lot more to do that. Telegraph poles. Nice. And that really can, like, get rid of the 10% debuff that we have. Yeah. Great. Come on, get in there. We need some money. Okay. Right. Like, I can bulldoze now because it's connected to Brighton. Okay. Because he's not on the track anymore. But no, we still don't have money. Okay, let's, alright, cool. So obviously, yeah, that's the more direct route, but you saw how slow that train was going on those grades. I think it's well worth investing in going around. Because at this point, grades are honestly what slows you down the most. Okay. This, it's so much cattle. Is there a second place meatpacking plant somewhere close that we could funnel these cattle to? Unfortunately, I don't think there really is. I think we need a second train. Between here and London. It's a good thing that we invested in the double track there, apparently. Okay, so for right now, that's fine, but I think we are going to... We're going to actually... do this. And then I think we're going to do that. So instead of buying another train, I think what we're going to do is have this guy go from London back to this place, and then take grain, since this place produces grain, and just keep fueling the cattle here. With this place. And yeah, we don't have any money now. I think we're essentially going to do the same thing. Maybe only 2 grain. I don't think we're going to need a full 3. And take full 6. And then this guy, I'm going to switch back to 2. So I think that is good. I very much like that. Now, once we have some more money, we'll probably need the double track, this section of track as well, just because of how busy it's going to be. Well, there goes all of our money and all of our time. So, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in the next part.